I don't know who the Wells family publicist is, but they suck. All right, guys. Today we're going to read Candace's uh, letter they put on the Don Wells official family website, and this is like my fifth take. I've thrown up 3 times, and I'm really going to try to get through it. Just bear with me, because I'm telling you, I had to go put on the waders because the shit is deep. All right, it's titled Walking Out from the Interview. Many have asked us about the part shown in the Dr. Phil episode where I got up and left. There were many reasons that I got up. As reported by others, we had just been through a very emotional time that afternoon with a possible sighting of Summer in a southern state south of Tennessee. Police were called to the location. The witnesses said the child looked like Summer. The police were being restrained from entering the building of the sighting. This went on a while. We were prepared to immediately leave California on the fastest airplane flight. Our emotion bounced in many directions. We cannot talk about the behind-the-scenes work of Dr. Phil according to contract, but this event with a little girl was separate. We were not at Paramount Studios, so Dr. Phil knew nothing about what was going on. We were scheduled and tried to do another interview with his team during this emotional time of waiting. It was so difficult. Our phone was being maintained by someone else as they helped with the text that rolled back and forth with professionals connected to the situation. Then we got word and pictures of the little girl that was maybe rescued. It wasn't Summer. Not much in that. A lot of jargon. We'll continue. It wasn't our daughter Summer. It was like losing her all over again. The emotional circus already had us drained. There's a circus in town. It's called the Wells Family Shit Show. Get your tickets now. Selling out fast. When our interview with the Dr. Phil team person was over, we were outside and we were being offered the interview again by the 2 representatives of the behavior panel who had arrived earlier, though not with us inside. After some discussion between Don and I, which is an understatement, we decided to do the interview. I didn't want to. They had to set up a special spot to do the interview. Why? Why did you need a special spot? Then we went in and did the interview for the behavior panel, which part of it was supplied to Dr. Phil to use. Oh, how gracious of you. I mean, you didn't talk to him for 3 minutes. I'm so glad you give him that BS from the behavior panel. And I tell you what, behavior panel guys, I don't believe you're right. Even before this, there were many other things happening in California. Even in Tennessee, the day we were leaving for the airport, a woman from the upper western USA arrived at her house trying to literally push her way in the front door with supposable evidence. Right. I want to stop right there for a second. I don't know about you, but if somebody comes to my house claiming to have evidence that's going to find my daughter, they don't have to push their way in the door. I'm going to yank them in the damn door. Find out what they got. You never know. I would not turn down any lead if my daughter was missing and I didn't know why. Comment below. What do you think about that? Would you push away somebody that said they had evidence? I don't know. Just me. Just saying. Police were called and were everywhere on the property as we got in the car and left the chaos behind. We made it to the airport in time. Meanwhile, the chaos continued at her house. We heard she kept the police busy a long time. So here we are in California. I didn't want to go. No shit. Why would I want to leave my house and yard where any possible day Summer might come running up the driveway? We went around and around. Don kept reminding me that if it was to get Summer's name out to the world, maybe someone, after seeing her picture, might give the tip we needed. Finally, I went, but it was on one condition. No one would interrogate me anymore. Told y'all there were stipulations. Dr. Phil acted like a punk. Between the social media gossip and the YouTube rookie investigators, and the media always looking at us with suspicion and questions that only the TBI had business to ask, I was through with it. My family had been there and done that enough years ago when my sister disappeared. And that seems like yesterday, and all this just stirred that up too. My emotions were through with it, so was my brain and my patience. I'm not a media person anyway. It hurts too much to talk about Summer. I just want her back. No one understands that unless they have been there themselves. They don't have a clue. Some days you just have to think she is with God in heaven. Let's stop right there. No. I don't have to think shit. My little girl's missing. I have to think, God, please let me find her today, and hopefully it's in the care of some people that took really good care of her and didn't harm her in any way. Not, she's dead and up in heaven. No. I guess I'm kind of, I don't know, selfish that way, but I want my daughter with me here on earth through it all. It's just me. At least that fakes yourself out with some kind of closure. But you know it's all fake because no one really knows. I just want her back. I don't even want to write about it. This never-ending nightmare. And those social media people just feed the grief and fears while making money off Summer. All right, going to have to pause that again. I'm wondering if YouTube's cutting you a check for that Dawn Wells Family official page where we look at Dawn's birthday party and crap like I'm reading right now. Are you maybe the people you're talking about? I don't know. Just wondering. Just checking. Oh, here we go. So it was great. If I went to California, there would be no more interrogations. Dr. Phil team was told that too before we ever said yes. They promised not to do that. They kept their word. But as for me, I don't trust any news or media. But Dr. Phil people kept their word, though the edited show might look otherwise to some people. Nope. Don't look like to us you got interrogated. Hey, Brandy, does it look like they got interrogated?
No, hell no.
There's two of us that don't buy that shit. Hold on. Our main reason for going to Dr. Phil was to get Summer national attention. Period. Well, you did get her picture out there. I'll give you that. I mean, that's pretty much all you did, but you did get her picture out there. No questions were answered. The investigation was furthered in no way. And, I want to bring this up real quick, too, while we're talking. It's kind of gross how Dawn and Candace have watermarks on their stuff. Like they're afraid somebody's going to steal this letter, I guess, and publish it. You ain't got to copyright your stuff, Dawn. You really don't. I hope somebody copyrights a search warrant for your ass, or an arrest warrant for your ass pretty soon, though. That'd be really nice. Hold on, y'all. Let me get a drink real quick, man. Just wearing me out. All right. Here we go. You ready? But there was also a possibility that my name could also be cleared like Dawn's. Well, I'm sorry, we didn't get far. Dawn's name wasn't cleared. Let's not even pretend that. And I knew that's what y'all was going to play. I knew as soon as they said they didn't think Dawn had nothing to do with it, that would be the end-all, be-all statement that Donnie was innocent. And I tell you what, behavior panel guys, you let me down bad. Either you really misread that, or I don't know what your thinking was. Anyway, I could care less was my attitude, but Don knew already that they believed him. Of course, we already knew about the polygraph test too. We just had to put up with the know-it-nothings online as they constantly ridiculed us on all that. But Don kept telling me that this extra interview that day would help. I was drained. I didn't want any interrogating questions. I was tired of everything. Nothing in me wanted to do another interview. Nothing. Zero. I was so tired of months of grief, fears, threats, lies, and trickery from people. And then the whole thing of the little girl earlier. And she did look like Summer in many ways. Let's stop right there for a second. I know one way she probably didn't look like Summer. I bet she didn't have a buzz cut because her parents aren't good enough to clean their house. And I do not buy that tomboy want to be like the boys crap. I never will. Unless Summer says, hey, John Davis True Crime Investigates? Yeah, I wanted a shaved head. That's the only way I believe that shit. But let's continue. It was actually that little girl which helped me step into the den of lions. I realized that Summer, in one way, had just possibly rescued another little girl from whatever trouble she was maybe trapped in. All I knew was that the police had carried her away from people she was with. Maybe Summer could help others, so I went into the interview. None of that makes sense to me. Now, this is something else nobody knows. I was clearly told before ever agreeing to go to California that if anyone started to interrogate me on the trip or any media any time, then I was just either to go quiet or walk away. Who told you that? The police? Well, I could see Ronnie Lawson doing it. Because the more you talk, the better we're going to catch your ass in a lie. Dr. Phil team were told that and totally understood and agreed. They kept their word. The behavior panel men didn't know this agreement, this fictitious agreement. So I went to the behavior panel interview for one reason, Summer. You might be thinking that is easy. It went against everything in me. Everything, of course, I love Summer. Of course, I would do anything for her except be interrogated. But I had nothing left. There was nothing left in me. The day took anything that was left. I wanted that little girl that might have been rescued that day to be Summer. Then you feel like a rotten dog for not being happy the other girl was safe. Then you feel like you're trapped in hell. Then you just can't feel. Wow. Edgar Allan Poe, move over. They are on it. So they wire you up, two men staring at you. Your heart is gone. Your mind is gone. Your hopes are smashed. You are numb. You look dumb because you are. The first true statement in all this. I will 100% agree with you there. First questions were fine, but then they wanted to go back to that horrible day. I couldn't. Somebody said I looked like I was having a panic attack. I don't know, but there was nothing left. Don't take me back to hell when I feel like I'm sitting in hell and no one seems to understand. Someone said men have never been pregnant. No, men have never been pregnant. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Jesus, this is dribble. They have no clue what goes on inside a mother's heart, stomach, guts, mind. I love Don, but he's never held a baby in his womb for 9 months and felt that feeling when the baby is birthed and then you hold that baby. Don may have a womb, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't delivered a baby. You're right. Men cannot understand. Your children are who you are. Women take daggers in their hearts that no man will ever understand. So then they started asking me if I had anything to do with Summer missing, and that was it. They crossed the line. I couldn't just shut up because they wouldn't stop, so I did exactly what I was told and promised before California. I left. Outside, I wailed. There are no words. I was told by a friend I had made the supreme sacrifice for my daughter and that it was all over. No more. I was told by a friend that nothing more would ever be required of me. I didn't care. I just want my Summer. I wanted all this insanity to end. I hated it all. What bullshit? Really? Nothing more of you is ever required? Hell, don't look like anything was required of you before she went missing, such as, I don't know, cleaning your house, feeding your kids, any of that. Why would we expect it now? And let's get back to it. It was calming, some enough to stand up, that we saw the heart in the sky. I'm reading this word for word, so don't shoot the messenger. Hold on. It was called me some enough to stand up that we saw the heart in the sky. It was like God said to me that I gave my heart. I gave it all, and God said He has it in His hands and that we are all in His heart. I was ready to leave. I was ready to come home, but we had 3 more days before the Dr. Phil show. So apparently all this crap with her throwing her little tantrum was filmed with the behavior panel guys, and they hadn't done the Dr. Phil part yet. I'm assuming is what she's saying. I don't know, man. This is hard to read, I tell you that. It's all just run on dribble. Even though I don't think Dawn or Candace wrote this, because there are, words that don't start with F in it. So there's that. Now, this is the part that gets me sick. At least they were talking about summer. Listen to this. Do I have a clue what the cornbread mafia is? I thought they were insane. My brain had nothing left to hear such a silly sounding thing at that moment. Yes, maybe there is one, or some sidekick of one. I don't care. Dawn almost laughed. A friend said it sounds like the comedy sequel to the Beverly Hillbillies, the Cornbread Mafia, weekdays. They scribbled down some lyrics and gave them to me, sung to the Beverly Hillbillies melody. All right, y'all. I'm going to sing this for you and tell me how I do. Here's a little story of a man named Wells. Beverly Hills just had too many smells. He said going east is the place we ought to be, so he loaded up his cornbread and he moved to Tennessee. Gold, that is. Round loaves of yellow bread. Big cash. Welcome to the brand new television sequel to the Beverly Hillbillies. Tune in to the Cornbread Mafia weekdays. Inappropriate, dumbass humor when it was supposed to have been serious about how upset she was at the behavior panel because it was summer. Either that or a mix of the Dukes of Hazzard and a Disney movie like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I had to share that and laugh some to lighten this up. I want to make clear, too, that we are 100% grateful to the behavior panel, Scott and Greg. I may not ever talk to them again. Joke. Maybe, but they did more for us than anyone, and we can never repay them or Dr. Phil and his team for all they have done for us, our family, and for summer. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think they wrote this? I think Dawn had some influence because a lot of it seems like that narcissistic jackass personality he has, but I'm thinking he definitely didn't write all this. Okay, there's more. I thought it was over, but no, there's more. Also, just because I bailed at that moment, I do not want to say they are wrong about what they did or concluded. They clearly showed by their world skill that I did not do the stuff people say. I don't even want to write it or think of it right now. My point is, and I've been told this over and over and over and stubbornly agree, that Scott and Greg had to come on strong to truly know if I am clear of the accusations. Blah, blah, I walked. I mean, this stuff, it's really hard to understand the thought process of the person writing this. But does that mean I disagree with them? No. Put all this other aside, do I have some hidden memories? They seem to think so, and everyone heard Dr. Phil say the same thing. Maybe so. I'm running my brain dry thinking. I hate talking about myself. I'm a mother. This is all I want to do. This is so hard. So no one talked bad about Scott, Greg, Dr. Phil, or his team of people, from the dentist to the drivers to the producer to the assistants to the makeup to the hair people to the clothing people to the interviewers to the guy walking us around to the hotel to those hamburgers that cost $40 at the hotel. Laugh. Most people would put LOL. Laugh. It was an agonizing week. Our one day in Utah was the closest thing to a vacation day of rest we had the whole week. Just getting in the mountains was refreshing for all of us that afternoon. California itself is a blur, and for those confused, no, it wasn't a memorial we put up for Summer in Utah. It was to honor her. It was a prayer rock or rocks Dawn had made one of these with our son once in this area. It's called a prayer rock. I don't know what that's all about, y'all. Just because I make the videos don't mean I am in the circle, if you know what I mean. Don't watch a lot of the lives because Drunk Dawn is so annoying to me, I cannot handle him. Period. And the big finale. I think this is enough to help you understand better how complex that day was, what you saw on the show. So they're telling us what we saw. Let me be clear. We toss out nothing that Scott or Greg said on Dr. Phil. We want to find our daughter Summer. These amazing, brilliant, experienced men want the same thing. Maybe if there is still a cornbread mafia or whoever, maybe someone there will have a tip. Maybe I will remember a detail, or as Dr. Phil said, that I remember something I don't know I remember, or something like that. I guess I'll end this. Thank you, everyone, Scott and Greg, Dr. Phil and team, who is helping us restore our family and find our daughter Summer Moon Utah Wells. Maybe it will happen today. Love and prayers, Dawn and Candace. All right. So I think everybody will agree that was just a big load of crap. And they talk about restoring their family. You ain't restoring your family getting drunk every night, doing ignorant crap. You're not getting your sons back. And I seen the dungeon. You painted the dungeon tan and you call that renovating. No, I doubt that's going to cut up for CPS. I pray it's not. And that's it, guys. I'm going to go. I would talk some more and stuff, but I feel dirty after reading that. I'll talk to you later.